Alright basketball fans, welcome back to the intense, high-stakes world of the NBA playoffs. Every game in a playoff series is a battle. A physical and mental test where adjustments are made, stars are challenged, and depth is constantly tested. And Game 3 of the first-round series between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets delivered on all fronts. By the end of the night, the Golden State Warriors secured a crucial victory, taking a 2-1 lead in the series. And they did it under circumstances that many might have seen as a major disadvantage. Saturday night's Game 3 was nothing short of a slugfest. From the opening tip through the final buzzer, it was a physical battle with bodies hitting the floor. Players competing fiercely for every rebound, every loose ball, every inch of space. This wasn't a finesse game, it was a gritty, hard-fought contest. Adding to the challenge for the Golden State Warriors, they were playing this pivotal Game 3 without one of their key players, Jimmy Butler, who was sidelined due to injury and is currently considered day-to-day. When you lose a player of Butler's caliber, especially in the playoffs, it puts immense pressure on the rest of the team to compensate. And the Warriors responded to that challenge beautifully. Golden State relied on a combination of factors to secure their 104-93 victory. At the forefront, as is so often the case, was the brilliance of their superstar, Stephen Curry. Curry delivered another one of those Steph-ortless performances, taking over the game in its most pivotal moments. He hit crucial dagger threes, converted crafty layups through traffic, and masterfully exploited any mismatch the Rockets presented. While both teams struggled with some sloppy play early on, Curry elevated his game in the second half. He accounted for an astounding 80% of the team's points in the third quarter, scoring 12 points himself and creating another 4 points from assists. In the fourth quarter, he was still driving the offense, accounting for 61.8% of the team's points, scoring 8 and creating 13 more via assists. Coach Steve Kerr was effusive in his post-game praise, calling Curry brilliant, and, in a moment of humor referencing years of watching Curry's greatness, told reporters, "I don't know. Whatever I said these past 11 years. I don't know. Copy and paste. He's incredible." With 36 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and a plus-minus of +18, Curry was the driving force behind the much-needed victory. Despite the Rockets frequently scheming to blitz and double-team him, Curry's ability to find the open man and capitalize on the gravity he creates was simply too much. With Butler out, the Warriors needed Curry to be flawless. And like clockwork, he delivered. But this win wasn't just about Curry. The Warriors' team defense also played a crucial role, with Coach Kerr emphasizing that, "What kept us in the game was our defense." The Warriors upped their force at the point of attack, making things incredibly difficult for key Rockets players like Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, and Amen Thompson, holding them to a combined 14 of 41 shooting. As a team, the Warriors limited Houston to a poor 39.5% shooting percentage and forced a less-than-ideal 19 turnovers compared to 14 assists for Houston. The Warriors also won the battle for extra opportunities, reducing the Rockets' second-chance points and winning that category 18-11. Draymond Green must also be singled out for his defensive impact, particularly his interior defense on Alperen Sengun, holding the Rockets' big man to just 2 of -8 shooting when guarding him for over 6 minutes, adding 3 blocks and 2 steals himself. Crucially, the Warriors also got significant contributions from their role players. Coach Kerr highlighted that, "Playoffs are about injuries and players stepping up. With Jimmy being out, you had to be able to withstand that. And players like Payton too. Buddy Hield and rookie Quinton Post answered the call, seemingly flipping the switch. Payton too provided clutch scoring, particularly in the fourth quarter, where he scored 11 of his 16 points, benefiting from 4 of Curry's assists. Buddy Hield paced the Warriors' reserves, dropping 17 points with 5 crucial three-pointers and an uncharacteristic 3 steals in 29 minutes. Hield leaned into the Batman and Robin analogy, joking that, "Robin's out tonight, so I had to step up." The Warriors' bench outscored the Rockets' bench 42-28, a significant margin that proved invaluable given Butler's absence. And despite the Rockets' size, rookie Quinton Post made an impact on the glass, pulling down 12 rebounds, including 3 offensive boards, showing the team's collective understanding and execution of the assignment. For the Houston Rockets, this loss largely came down to missed opportunities and offensive inefficiency. Their struggles on the offensive end were glaring throughout the night, posting an uninspiring 46% effective field goal percentage and a poor 47% true shooting percentage. Even at the free throw line, where they managed to get to the line more often than Golden State, 24 attempts to 15. They left points on the table, making just 14 of those attempts. Houston was the worst free throw shooting team during the regular season, and that remains a significant area of concern at the worst possible time. Their inability to contain Stephen Curry and their struggles to find consistent scoring outside of him ultimately proved too much to overcome. The lone bright spot for Houston was reserve big man Jabari Smith Jr., who provided 12 points on efficient 4 of -8 shooting in 26 minutes and has been performing well throughout the series. Finding more minutes for Smith might be part of the solution for a Rockets offense desperately seeking answers. Looking ahead to Game 4 on Monday, the question for the Warriors is whether they can bring that same level of energy, defensive intensity, and role-player contribution, especially if Jimmy Butler is still not ready to go. For the Rockets, the message is simple and urgent: their offensive efficiency must improve. They absolutely cannot waste opportunities at the free throw line, and they need to do a much better job of containing Stephen Curry and shutting down the Warriors' supporting cast. Adjustments are surely coming from the Rockets' side, perhaps involving more minutes for Jabari Smith Jr. Game 3 was a major test of toughness and depth, and the Warriors prevailed, showcasing their poise and execution, combined with Stephen Curry's undeniable brilliance, to overcome the loss of a key player. The series is far from over, but if Game 3 taught us anything, it's that the physicality isn't going anywhere, and the Warriors have shown they can win gritty playoff games even when short-handed, putting the pressure back on Houston to respond in Game 4. Alright, let's talk about a key game in the NBA playoffs from Saturday night. Game 3 of the first-round series between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets was a physical battle, a real slugfest, and the Golden State Warriors came out on top, winning 104-93 to take a 2-1 lead in the series. But the big story from this game is that the Warriors secured this crucial victory without their star player, Jimmy Butler, who was sidelined. So, how did they do it? The Warriors relied on a full team effort, stepping up with depth and defense. Their defense was a major factor, holding key Rockets players to poor shooting numbers and limiting Houston to under 40% from the field as a team. Coach Steve Kerr even said their defense was what kept us in the game. Role players answered the call in a big way, making significant contributions to cover for Butler's absence. The Warriors bench, led by Buddy Hield's 17 points, outscored the Rockets bench by a significant margin. Hield himself embraced the situation, joking with a Batman and Robin analogy about Butler being out. Players like Gary Payton II and Quinton Post also stepped up with important moments. But leading the way, as he often does, was Stephen Curry. He was brilliant, taking over in the second half and finishing with a game-high 36 points, adding 9 assists and 7 rebounds. Despite facing double teams from the Rockets, Curry found ways to either score himself or create opportunities for teammates. Coach Kerr's praise for Curry was as high as ever, calling him brilliant and incredible. On the other side, the Rockets' offense struggled throughout the night, showing glaring inefficiency, including poor free throw shooting that left points on the board. While Jabari Smith Jr. was a bright spot, the Rockets just couldn't find consistent offense. Ultimately, the Warriors' win in Game 3 without Jimmy Butler was a testament to their team defense, depth stepping up, and Stephen Curry's ability to deliver a brilliant performance when needed. The focus now shifts to Game 4 on Monday and whether Jimmy Butler will be back in the lineup, as the Warriors will need to maintain that intensity regardless.